Okay, I'm just going to go through the question thing. I got some emails here. Here's one I just got, actually. Today is Tuesday. I forget. Anyway, October something. This is from bclqt at AOL.com. I have to read what the name is. That's the name. It says, hello, Skip. Been following your channel for the past 6 months. Thank you, by the way. Are you subscribed? That's the key. You can follow, but are you subscribed? Hit the subscribe button if you're not. Also, go to Skip and Sue RV Adventures. Hit that subscribe button because I really need subscribers there. I need to get to 1,000. And we are thinking of coming down in May to do a lifestyle visit. Also, we appreciate your no-nonsense delivery. I don't know. Yeah, I've been accused of that before. No-nonsense delivery. I don't know if it's like no nonsense. I just tell you how I see it. If that's no nonsense, then I guess that's what it is. I'm okay with that. It says, but our big concern is the heat as it should be, and humidity as we would be full-timers. On your last YouTube mention, you like to head back up north to Indiana. I don't remember saying that. Even if you're joking, the only reason why we like to go up north, I might have said something like, I'd like to go back to Indiana for a trip or something. Our grandchildren, a lot of our grandchildren live in Indiana. My older son lives there. My sister still lives there. And it's a break. You know, in the middle of summer here, it's like hot, really hot, and humid, bad. I'm not going to lie about that. Yeah, it's a break. You know, we get in now that we've got this RV, it makes life a lot simpler for me and Sue. We can put the dog in there and pack some sandwiches, so to speak, and we can hit the road and we can take our time. We can stop along the way and this and that, and we go up to Indiana and stay up there as long as we want to and see our grandkids and, you know, our friends. We spent our life in Indiana, so we have a lot of friends there, and we miss them. And they're getting older, just like we are. A couple of my friends are already gone, you know, so, and you know, so it's hard, you know, you miss your friends, and so we do like to go up there. But it's not that I want to go back to Indiana. I'm not saying that at all. I just want to be clear. We'd like to go back to visit, and we would like to go back to visit probably more than what we do. We're averaging about, I'm going to say once to twice a year getting through Indiana. If we have the RV like we did last time, a friend of ours let us park it at his business. And we left it there for, I don't know, a week. And then we stay with friends. We stay at their houses. And it's not there again, it's a break. You know, get out of the motorhome, we actually stay in a real bed. We can actually take a long shower and not worry about water consumption. All these little things that if you don't know anything about RVing, these are the things that you worry about. We don't worry about, but things that you practice in your RV. So, yeah, we do like to go up there and visit our friends because we miss our friends, and we have family there. I have a sister-in-law there that was married to Sue's brother, and of course he passed away a few years ago. So we like to, you know, stay in touch, and that's the only thing I'm saying when I'd like to go back to Indiana is we like to go back and see our old friends and our family. That's it. Would I want to move back there? No, I'm not ready for that. I haven't forgot what January and February is like. Sometimes down here people do have a way of forgetting what that feels like up there in January and February, and they say, well, we're going to go home for January and see the kids, or they're going to go up in December for Christmas. That's a big one. We're going to go home for Christmas and we're not going to come back for 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to stay up there for a while. Well, right after Christmas, one of them big storms, ice storms, snowstorms hits. Coming about the 2nd and 3rd week of January when the airports get all cleared out and they get back down here, then all of a sudden we hear the story about, wow, I almost forgot what it was like up there. So yeah, memory sometimes a little short. And a couple of comments that you no longer golf due to the heat, all the walking. It isn't the walking so much, and the truth of it is it's not really the golfing so much, and I'm just going to say it just the way it is. There's one particular guy that I was in charge, well, I started it, the Hillsboro Men's Golf Outing, and I did it. There's one particular guy that I have just grown to dislike him, and I just don't want anything to do with him. And so in order for me to golf on that group, I have to be around this guy. Because after the game, you know, we always go out and have a beer and a sandwich or something, and we sit around, we tell stories and jokes, and you know, I really miss all that. I really do. I'm not that good of a golfer at all. But I've made up my mind, my life is getting short like everybody else's, and I'm not going to deal with this guy anymore. I'm tired of it. he's got OCD or something, or I don't know, and he just has to have everything done a particular way, and I'm just done with it. I'm not going to have anything to do with him anymore, and so that's also the main reason why I don't go to beer day anymore. Is that my problem? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just not going to deal with it. So, but I do play golf. But I play golf with other people, you know, and then that's just the way it is. But it ain't the walking, because you're driving your golf cart, basically. On any of the golf courses, you're driving your golf cart everywhere. Now, there's some areas you have to walk over to the ball, you know, because the golf course is wet or whatever. But it ain't the walking so much, you know, on the golf course. It's just the heat and the humidity. I mean, down here, you got to stay dehydrated. You have to drink water. I mean, people don't, and that's fine, but it's just a rule of thumb. You got to stay dehydrated. When you go out on the golf course, you should take 2 or 3 bottles of water with you on a summer day like July and August. It can be, I don't know, I'm just going to rattle a number off here. It can be 95 degrees out and 80% humidity, and not raining. It's just that the air is just heavy with moisture. And I've always said, people that come down here when they retire, if you have any kind of breathing issue, you should come down in the middle of summer, rent a house for a month. You can rent them in summer down here really cheap. See how you deal with the heat with your breathing issues, or if you have a heart issue, which could affect your breathing and all this and that. Come down in the summer. Don't worry about winter. Everybody loves it here in the winter. That ain't the problem. The problem is summer. That's why half these people disappear and they head back up north to get out of this heat down here. But I will say this on top of what I've already said. You will have a tendency to get acclimated. Sue and I are. And by that I mean you get kind of used to the heat, or better used to the heat and the humidity. And it's just an everyday thing. You wear shorts and things like that 24/7. You don't ever wear long pants unless something's coming up. I mean, you just don't. And then when you go up north to visit family and friends like I was speaking about, let's say it gets down to, I don't know, 70 degrees. Now up north, coming from Indiana, 70 degrees, say in October, you're thinking, man, this is really a nice day. But if you lived in Florida for a few years and you're acclimated to 80 and 90 degrees with high humidity, all of a sudden 70 starts to feel a little chilly. And then the long pants come out. Now, I mean, if you'll go to my RV channel, and I'm still posting video there, you'll notice that all the time I'm in Pennsylvania, northern parts of North Carolina, up in the mountains. We camped up in the mountains and different areas up there. I got long pants on. I haven't worn long pants in years. And it was probably anywhere from 65 to say 70 degrees, and most days was sunny. To those people up there, that just seemed like a great fall day, and I get that. But to me, Sue and I, it was chilly, and Sue wouldn't go into a restaurant without taking a sweater or a jacket, because even in the restaurant, at 65 degrees up there, the restaurants have air conditioning going. So yeah, you will get acclimated to it, but you're doing the right thing. Come down when it's hot and check it out, because it can be an issue. If you can't take the heat, I've always said, if you can't take the heat in the summer, and there's nothing wrong with saying I can't take the heat in the summer, that means you're going to be a perfect candidate to be a snowbird. So don't buy that big, you know, that big house, that 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. I mean, I don't know what your financial situation is. I'm not trying to act like I do. But you're a good candidate for a nice patio villa, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or a courtyard villa. You know, a nice little courtyard villa, something that you can stay in 4 months out of the year, 5 months out of the year, whatever your time frame is there. I've always said, for me, I wanted to be a snowbird from the very beginning. And I told Sue that I want to come down probably in November and stay until May. That, for my time frame, that seemed like a good time to do it. Other people have different time frames. I got a friend that comes down here. He comes down the middle of October, and he doesn't go home till the last of May. That's his time frame. So for you, you'd have to figure that time frame out. Just know, if the heat's going to be way too much for you and the humidity, then you're a good candidate for a snowbird. And that'll be a decision you'll have to make for yourself. Patreon. I got a new Patreon member. Her name is Cynthia Savoia. I'm sorry. I am terrible when it comes to names. Savoia. Savoia. Thanks for being a Patreon member, Cynthia. I'm going to be doing a thank you video, and I'll post it on Patreon only for just the Patreon people. But thanks for joining. I just got notified of it. I don't know exactly when you did it, but it just popped up. Appreciate you being a Patreon member. Hopefully I can give you the information or the entertainment you're looking for. From Thomas D. Excellent. You and Tom are terrific. Thanks. Okay, Tom, I appreciate that. By the way, if you guys have seen that video, I did that at a whim. I got back from my trip and I hadn't seen Tommy for a while, so I called him up, see what he was doing. He said, come on down. He said, have a beer. I said, okay. So I had my camera gear in the golf cart. I don't know what I had it in there for. I was going to do something. So when I went down there, I didn't want to leave the camera gear in the golf cart. You never know what will walk away. Not that it would, I'm just saying, you know. So I took it in the house and I set it on his couch on the other side of the living room when we were talking. And it just hit me. I said, Tommy, I said, I got my video stuff here. I said, if you don't mind, I said, you want to do an interview with me? I said, we'll wing it. I said, nothing planned. He said, an interview about what? I said, just basically about your lifestyle here. How did you discover the place? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I said, you can say anything you want. I said, it's just fun. We just have fun. Other people enjoy it. They like to hear other people's opinions, because I don't want people to think that I'm got the only opinion here. I don't. Sometimes my opinions might be a little biased, so I like to have other people give their opinions about things. I'm not going to cut it out. I'm not going to, anything. You just say whatever you want. He said, yeah, sure, okay. You see how Tommy is. And so that was just all from the cuff. Nothing was planned. We had fun with it. He had fun with it. I had fun with it. And the only thing I did cut was something I said, and you see it in the video, because I said something I probably could have left it in, but I decided, nah, I'm not going to leave it in. It might offend some people, so I took it out. Todd Conklin. I haven't read this, by the way. This is all new. My wife and I decided to move to the Villages and have been getting our present house ready to sell. We plan to move in early 2020. Now, this property tax bond situation has us questioning our decision to move to the Villages. We are waiting to see your next video about this, as everything on YouTube thus so far casts a very bad light on the Sumter County Commission and its relationship with the Villages developer. Your opinion is important to us, and we are anxious to hear it. Well, Todd, I did a video on it. I think I read some news on it. I have my opinions about it, but a guy told me years and years ago, a friend of mine, he's gone now, and he was always in fairly good nature about a lot of things, but he wasn't stupid. He was a very shrewd businessman. And we were talking one day, and he said something I never forgot. I mean, half the world probably knows this. Sue will tell you whenever people ask me about something, she'll go like this. And what that means is, that's her little sign to me. That means is, I live in my own little world, and I don't really know what happens outside that world. Not much. I really don't. And I'll be the first to admit that. I like my little world, and I stay in it. But he told me once a long time ago, we were talking about, I forget what we were talking about, and he said, don't worry about things you don't have control over. He said, because it's a waste of time. There's nothing you can do about it. And that all sounds simple, but he's 101% correct. I'm not worried about it, because there's nothing I can do about it. I have no control over it. I didn't have any control when it started, or, well, I got to finish this video up in the middle of the night. I'm editing, and I just noticed that I didn't finish my statement. The things we go through to get a video done. It's late at night, everybody's in bed, and I'm editing. The question was about what I thought, if I was concerned about the 25% tax hike on property tax in Sumter County. Remember, it's a Sumter County tax. It's not the Villages tax. So if you're looking for someplace else to go because the taxes bother you, make sure you're not buying another retirement home in another retirement community that's in Sumter County, because you're still going to get charged with that tax. A friend of mine told me, like I said, he said, don't worry about things you got no control over because it's non-productive and it's a waste of time. And I don't. So here's how I look at it. A bond is a bond is a bond. We all pay it. It doesn't make no difference. They set it up. That's what it is. $159 a month is what we pay for amenity fees. We have probably got more things here in our amenity fees than any other place in the state of Florida, and probably anywhere else. I mean anywhere. Plus, as a resident, we have so-called free golf. You'll have to Google that. I've done video on what that means. It ain't exactly 100% free, but you don't pay green fees. You have to pay a golf trail fee to put your golf cart on it. If you're here full time, you can get that for like 144 bucks a year. And believe me, when it comes to golf, that's like a non-issue. We have like 14 country clubs, I think. And as a resident, you're a member of each and every one of them automatically without paying any kind of a dues. So there's a lot of advantages, golf cart trails, all kinds of stuff. Do I worry about it? Nah, I'm not worrying about it. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what they have to do. I'm retired, so I'm not getting into all this and wasting my time trying to figure all this stuff out when there's nothing I can do about it anyway. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here, and I hope you come down, do a lifestyle visit, check things out for yourself, know what you need to know. Actually, don't listen to me and don't listen to anybody else. You need to listen to you. You come down here, you rent a home for a week, you go around, you look, you play, you see, and then you'll know. You're on.
Oh, we're on.
Yeah, hello.
Hi from the villages.
Jeff, Sherry.
Jeff, Sherry, Pennsylvania. We're from York, Pennsylvania.
See you on the other side.
See you on the other side.